I have the Breville, the juice fountain. And this is my first time using it, so I really don't even know how it's going to work. I have this plastic bag in here because it makes for an easier cleanup when you get finished juicing. And what I'm going to be juicing right now, I'm going to lift this up so you guys can kind of see, it's grapes, grapefruit, and lemon. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started, and I'm going to do the grapefruits first. So I'm going to cut it on low for the, let me pull this out some more. My cabinet is sort of in my way, and I hope you guys can still see. Okay, so I'm going to put it on low because I have some softer fruits. So let's see what we're doing here. And I hope you guys can see the juice over here coming out. Lemon's next. Then grapes. That's it. So I'm just gonna let that drain a little bit. Hopefully you guys were able to see the juice. It don't look like you were able to see the juice. So I'm gonna get it and pull it closer so you guys can see. So this is all the juice that it made. It made about 12.5 ounces. Well, actually, probably closer to 15 ounces of juice that it made. And I had 1 grapefruit, 1 lemon, and about 2.5 handfuls of grapes. So I'm just going to go ahead and pour this into my mason jars. I was very pleased with the amount of juice that I got. So that's juice 1 down, and I like this lid because it gets the film out for you. And I don't know if you guys are new to juicing or not, but personally I don't like the frothy part on the top. I don't like that part. That's just me. So I'm happy that that lid sort of took it out for me. So I'm just going to put this in my mason jar, give it a little shake, and stick it in the fridge because I like my juices to be cold. I can't do a warm juice. And I'm going to go ahead and stop this video and get set up for the next part. Alright, so I'm all set up for part 2, and this plate looks a little crazy because it's a lot more. This time I have fruits and vegetables. I have kale, I have celery, I have pineapple, and I have apples. This is going to make for much more juice because this will be the main juice that I'm drinking. So I will do the detox first thing in the morning, and then I'll have 2 more juices to drink throughout the day, or maybe even 3 because I sort of went crazy on the apples just because I really love apples. So I have like 2 huge apples cut up. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I did rinse out the container, but as you can see right here, I didn't clean any of that out. So the first pieces, the vegetables that go through, it will pick up some of that grapes, the lemon, and the grapefruit that I had from last time. And if you're anal and you know you really don't want that taste in there, it's going to be minor anyway. But if you just strictly don't want that in there, then I suggest you go ahead and clean it out before you get started juicing something else. But me personally, I really just don't care. All these fruits and vegetables is going to overpower that taste anyway, just simply because it's more. So I'm not going to do any extra time cleaning that part out. I'll do the cleaning once I'm finished. And this is going to be the last juice that I make. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to do my kale first. So I'm cutting it on low again. And this kale is not giving me much juice at all. Now I'm going into my celery, and I'm going to cut it on higher because it is firmer. Celery gives me plenty of juice. Moving into the apple. Going back to low-mo. Now I'm going to cut this pineapple in half. It's a little big. That pineapple didn't hardly give me as much juice as I thought it was. Wow. Alright, so I'm all finished. Just gonna let that drip for a while. Then I'll get it poured into my mason jars. I should be able to get, I'm hoping that I'm able to get at least 2 mason jars full this time. All right. And I just want you guys to look at the consistency of this. As you can see, the bottom looks like mostly water, and that's simply because the celery gave me most of my juice, and celery is mainly water. So you can see it's like really, really light down here, and then at the top, not so much. So I'm going to stir this up a little bit before I pour it into my mason jars, because I don't want one to be full of apple and then the other to be full of celery and kale. So I'm going to go ahead and stir a bit. If I can find me a clean spoon. No clean spoons, hence that's why the dishwasher is running in the background now. So I'm going to use a knife and just sort of stir it up some. Alright, put this lid back on. If I can get it on here the right way. There we go. And let's see what we got here. Ooh, that looks good. So that was one jar. So I ended up getting about 2 3/4 of a jar. I was disappointed with the pineapple though. I was really expecting much more juice than that from the pineapple. So I think that's where my calculations went wrong for how much juice. But that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I am going to show you how to do cleanup just for you guys who has never juiced before. So to take this thing apart, you just pull this down, take this out. And they say this stuff is dishwasher safe, but just me personally, I'd rather just hand wash it because I just don't want to mess it up. So I take this out, and then I'll just sort of just use my fingers, or you can use a spoon or whatever, but I'll put all of this into the bag, all this extra stuff. Or you can rinse it out in your sink and cut your garbage disposal on. That works as well. But I feel like I might as well just get the excess out. So that's good. The rest of this I'll rinse out in my sink. And then you lift up the blade, and if you just stick your fingers along the outside part right here, if you just stick your fingers in like that and lift up, it'll come out pretty easy. So I'm going to stick that in my sink. Then this part, sink as well. Just want to rinse this part off. And when in the beginning I said the bag makes for easy cleanup, so now since this was lined with the bag, all the pulp that was collected is in this bag. I just tie it up and throw it away. Now let's say you was making only apple juice or something. If you was doing that, then you will only have apple pulp in here, and then you can potentially use the apple pulp to make like applesauce or maybe a pie or something. But since I have all kind of stuff in here, it's just going in the trash. And now, see, this is clean. See, I don't even have to clean this because it was lined. So the only thing I'm about to do is just wipe down this little part, clean this, and the stuff that I already set in my sink. Now I'm going to turn this camera around so you can. The juicer came with this little brush. If you happen to purchase a juicer that does not come with a brush, then a simple toothbrush will work, but you'll use this to clean this, and it's just to get all the excess fruit and vegetables out of this little blade, so the next time you use it, it'll be good and clean. And this little brush, I'm so happy it came with this brush because it's awesome. It's like really, really good. I had cleaned it before I got started, so I was able to experience the brush. Now, with cleaning this, you can use a dish detergent if you like. If not, you don't have to. You can just use hot water and maybe some lemon to clean it. Because if you clean it right away, it comes clean fairly quickly. And I just put some Dawn antibacterial dish soap in here. And as you can see, that was like, what, 40 seconds? It does not take long to clean this stuff if you clean it as soon as you get finished juicing. Now, if you let this sit, it's going to be a nightmare. And that is a promise.